In this tutorial, you will learn about the different files inside OpenFOAM case directory. At the end of the tutorial, you will be able to modify the default tutorial input files, change the boundary conditions and solver settings in OpenFOAM. This tutorial assumes that you have already installed OpenFOAM in your operating system, and you are familiar with running the default OpenFOAM tutorials. We will explore the cavity tutorial files in this video, which is inside incompressible folder in OpenFOAM tutorials. Any case that you open in OpenFOAM, you would see three folders: 0 constant and system. The 0 folder contains initial and boundary conditions for the simulation. Each file in this folder contains settings for each variable. For example, P file for pressure, U file for velocity, T for temperature, etc. Now, let us open the pressure file inside the 0 folder using a text editor. If you are using Windows, you can use a notepad or a suitable alternative software. If you are on Unix, you can use gedit command in the terminal window. The first thing you would note is the header at the top, which contains the OpenFOAM version. Below this header, you will find the code that is used as an input in OpenFOAM. Since pressure is a scalar, we specify vol scalar field. Let's come to the dimensions. In the brackets, you would note that the first character is 0, followed by 2, then -2, and then the rest are 0. At first, it may seem confusing, but it is very easy to grasp once you know what this represents. OpenFOAM uses dimensions, by default, in SI units. This table shows what these numbers in the brackets represent. The first number represents the mass unit in kilogram. The second number represents the unit of length in meter. The third represents time in seconds. The fourth represents temperature in Kelvin. The fifth represents quantity of matter in moles. The sixth represents current in ampere, and the last represents luminous intensity in candela. So 2 represents meter square, and -2 represents per second square. But the unit of pressure is Pascal, which is equivalent to kilogram meter per second square. So it should be 1, -2. In OpenFOAM, kinematic pressure is specified. So the pressure is divided by fluid density. Hence, the unit is meter square per second square. The internal field is uniform, having an initial value of 0 throughout the domain. Under the boundary fields, we specify the boundary conditions. Moving walls, fixed walls, and front and back are the boundary names specified in the mesh file. The boundary type is 0 gradient for pressure in fixed and moving wall boundaries, while empty for front and back boundary. If we open the velocity file U, we find that the class is vol vector field because velocity is a vector. Dimensions are in meter per second. The initial internal velocity is uniform, having 0 velocity in all three components. For the moving wall boundary, a uniform velocity of 1 meter per second is specified in the x velocity component, while 0 for y and z components. No slip boundary condition is specified for fixed walls, and empty is specified for the front and back walls, because they are symmetric. That is the end of the initial and boundary condition specification. In the constant folder, we find transport properties file. When we open this file, it only needs the value of kinematic viscosity. The dimensions of kinematic viscosity is meter squared per second. The polymesh folder inside the constant folder contains information about the mesh. This stores information about boundary names and the associated faces, neighbors, and points. In OpenFOAM, you can use either the coordinates information to generate the mesh, or use an external software like FreeCAD to generate the mesh and import it into OpenFOAM. We will go through it in detail in another tutorial. The last folder is System folder, which contains settings for the solver and finite volume method. ControlDict file contains runtime simulation controls, such as start time, stop time, time step, and result saving frequency, etc. Let's open ControlDict file and have a closer look. Application is EcoFOAM, which is the solver which will be used. OpenFOAM is a collection of different solvers, and each solver has its validity and own advantages in certain flow simulations. For example, EcoFOAM solver is suitable for flows involving incompressible non-turbulent flows. The simulation would start from start time, which is specified as 0, and ends at end time of 0.5. The time step in each iteration is 0.005, and the results files are written every 20 time steps. And some other parameters. Let's open FVS Schemes file and have a closer look. The FVS Schemes file contains information about the discretization schemes for different terms appearing in the governing equations. The term dt schemes represents the time discretization. In this case, Euler method is specified. For the discretization of gradients, Gauss linear method is applied. The convective term's discretization is represented using div schemes, and Gauss linear method is used. The Laplacian schemes use Gauss linear orthogonal method. The interpolation scheme is linear. Sen grad scheme represents the surface normal gradient and is discretized using orthogonal method. Let's open FVS solution file and have a closer look. The FV solution file contains instructions on how to solve the discretized linear equation system. The solver's tolerances and algorithms are specified. In this case, to solve pressure, we are using PCG method with the preconditioner DIC and an absolute tolerance of 10 to the power minus 6, relative tolerance of 0.05. P final refers to the final pressure correction, and using a relative tolerance of 0. We are putting more computational effort in the last iteration. For velocity, we are using smooth solver with Sim-Gauss-Seidel, as the smoother with a tolerance of 1 to the power minus 5, and a relative tolerance of 0. The PISO entity contains the entries related to the pressure-velocity coupling. In the system folder, you may also find additional files, including decomposed pardict, which is used when you are running the case on multiple processors to speed up the simulation time. That is the end of this tutorial. If you think it helped you understand the structure of OpenFOAM input cases, then do not forget to like this tutorial. Subscribe to this channel to stay updated on new tutorials. If you have any question, you can leave it in the comments below.